Welcome to ancient Egypt. The Great Sphinx has just finished telling the young prince a bedtime story. Then he washes his feet in a big marble bathtub while his servants, Nefer and Petrie, they are armed with staffs and shields to protect the sleeping prince from any danger. The stories have lulled him into a state of relaxation and his body is heavy with sleep. The Great Sphinx continues to chant softly, and the prince's breathing becomes slower and more regular. The stories have taken him to a magical place where anything is possible and he feels safe and secure. As the last embers of daylight fade away, the prince drifts off to sleep. The Great Sphinx finishes his story and the room is plunged into darkness. Only the soft glow of the moonlight streaming through the window breaks the darkness. The guards at the foot of the bed remain motionless, their eyes sharp and alert. They do not dare to move or make a sound while the prince sleeps. The servants, Nefer and Petrie, leave the palace, but they too keep a watchful eye on the prince's chamber from a distance. They know that the safety of the kingdom depends on the health and well-being of the young prince. Other servants leave the room, and the Great Sphinx begins to chant softly. His voice is deep and rumbling like distant thunder. His breath is soft and even, and his face is relaxed and peaceful. The guards continue to stand at the foot of the bed, their bodies aching from the stillness, but they do not complain. It is their duty to protect the prince, and they take their job seriously. The prince listens intently as the Great Sphinx tells stories of ancient gods and heroes. The stories are full of magic and adventure. He yawns widely and stretches his arms above his head. The sun is rising, signaling the start of a new day. It is time for the prince to wake up and begin his royal duties. The guards at the foot of the bed relax slightly, their faces breaking into smiles. They have done their duty and now they can rest. The prince sits up in bed and looks around the room. He is refreshed and ready to start the day. The events of the previous night fade from his memory, leaving only a sense of peace and tranquility. And the prince loves to hear them before he goes to sleep. The stories make him feel brave and strong, like the heroes he hears about. He imagines himself as a great pharaoh, leading his people to victory in battle and making them proud. He also imagines himself as a powerful magician with the ability to control the elements and defeat evil. Scrub his skin with a special kind of fragrant soap made from lentils and flowers. While his feet soak, the prince puts on a special nightshirt. It is a very thin, almost transparent layer of linen that will keep him cool during the hot summer nights. The prince then lies down on his huge, very comfortable bed. It is covered with fresh linen and topped with a special type of woven blanket called a vasaika. The vasaika is a beautiful piece of work, hand-woven by the finest craftsmen in the kingdom. The prince pulls it up to his chin and snuggles into his pillows. He likes to sleep on his left side, just like his father, who told him many times that it is the side of pharaohs. The prince also makes sure that his amulet is under his pillow. It is a small carved stone that protects him from evil spirits. Now it's time for him to go to sleep. But first, he must follow his nightly ritual. This will ensure a good night rest so that he can be healthy, strong, like his father, the mighty pharaoh. First, the prince washes his hands and face with warm water from his silver basin. As the prince gets ready to go to sleep, two guards stand at the foot of his bed. After a while, the prince's eyes begin to droop. As the night wears on, the temperature in the room begins to rise. The prince sleeps soundly, oblivious to the heat. As the first rays of sunlight begin to peek through the window, the prince stirs. Let your own dreams now find you, wrapped in linen, protected by stars, held by time. Good night.